Great evening, everyone. We have 9:04 p.m. Eastern Time. Happy Wednesday. My name is Nikia O'Shea. I am one of the senior partners on this team. And I just want to tell you, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend some time with us. You are in the right place at the right time with the right people. I just want to put this on your mind. It takes effort to build a business.
Mm.
Building a business, people are your resources and relationships are your assets. But what does it take to build a winning culture? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to answer that for you. It takes people over profits. Some of you will get that on Tuesday, but let that sink in.
Wow.
The young man that's going to bring the information to us tonight, he
I'm
knows
having my
100%
notebook.
of the facts. He loves to have fun, but more importantly, he loves to help the people. He is a documented six-figure income earner in this industry. He has been in this industry for over 20 years. And as I've stated to you all before, this young man has a heart for the people, which is why he's known as the people's coach. He definitely understands the principles that I just gave you when I started this call about people over profits. So without further ado, I'm going to present to some, but introduce to others, Mr. Sonic Jones. Mr. Jones, are you there, sir?
Man, thank you so much for that warm introduction, Miss Nakia O'Shea. Oh, man, I thought somebody else was coming out. I was like, man, this person sounds very, very interesting. but thank you so much, man. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Wednesday so far. Welcome to everybody joining us live, and if you're watching the replay, welcome to the Coach's Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we wanted to do things differently, have some interactive training, train for the people, give the people an opportunity to have a voice as well. And I'm excited to be able to, bring some energy and some information to you guys, which seems like now on a weekly basis. But we'll keep you guys abreast on when all the calls are. But that being said, this week's training is actually coming courtesy of a young lady named Karima, and she got multiple names, Louisa, Karima, but no, she had messaged me asking me about a website teaching about personalities. And I was like, I just trained on that in Dallas. But she didn't have an opportunity to be a part of Green Organics with us when I did that training. And so I said that I would revisit it because as we hear from Mr. Zanders, probably on a weekly basis, what's repeated is remembered, what's remembered is repeated. But at the same time, I know that understanding the core concepts of personalities can really help you in your business because as Nakia was just saying, we're in a people business. This is a relationship business. A lot of people get it twisted. Well, what business are you in? Oh, I'm in sales. I deal with essential oils. Listen, at the end of the day, we're in a people business. And when you can understand people, understand what motivates them and different things like that, it will help you in your business because people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And if you know and can figure out a person's personality, you can figure out how to motivate them. You can figure out their hot buttons. You can figure out what it's going to be that will get them in the business, and then you can help them along their pathway. So whatever it may be. And so I'm going to kind of go over some of the things that I went over in Dallas, and kind of give you a few things differently. Now, for those, well, I think everybody here is on Green Organics. And, Will does a great job of giving you guys different books, to read. A lot of them by a great mentor to both of ours, Tom Big Guy Schreider. And one of them, he talks about the color personalities. And I want to start off by saying absolutely nothing wrong with the book and the information. I've been in this industry, my goodness, 29 years now, dating myself. I started when I was about 7, right? But I've been in it for a long time. When I started in the industry, it's not that funny, Tom. You almost fell back laughing at me. I am that old, that young, excuse me. But no, but when I started in this industry, man, I learned from the greatest. I really, really did. And I'm blessed to really have learned from some of the best trainers in this industry. And when they taught me about personalities, they didn't teach it about with colors. They taught colors to understand people in a different way. And I'm going to teach y'all that as well tonight. We learn colors by what we call the water creatures, like shark, urchin, whale, and dolphin. And the colors, we learned the personalities by those. And the colors were used to kind of differentiate people based on who they were in your life. And so the color personality training actually comes from corporate. In corporate, they use colors to teach personalities. And I don't come from a corporate world. I'm just gonna keep it real. I went straight from college into network marketing. I gave up my degree to go to medical school. Excuse me, I gave up my scholarship to go to medical school and get my medical degree because I was introduced to network marketing at such a young age and began having success. And so I didn't spend a lot of time in corporate. So I don't teach the personalities according to the colors. I still teach according to the water animals, and I teach the colors according to the people. So we're going to go over that today. I hope you guys have an opportunity to, take some notes. I put in our Coaches Corner chat, and for those of you that are not in it, get with me or somebody that you can see on this Zoom and ask if you could be added to the chat. But I added to that chat our actual personality profile test. And I made a suggestion that even if you took this test in Dallas, you should take it again because people change. And we're in an industry where you should consistently be evolving and working on yourself. I tell people all the time, this industry, this business is a self-improvement course with a compensation plan attached to it, right? And so you should consistently be working on yourself. That being said, when I teach personalities, I teach that it's really important for you personally to become as well balanced with all different four personalities as possible. Now, we all have what we call a dominant personality. It normally shines through, but ideally, you want to kind of be balanced. You want to try to have a balance between all four personalities. So if you took that training back, when was that? May of last year when we did Dallas? In these 8 months or so that passed, if you were working on yourself, if you were working on developing, strengths in different personalities, you would probably have some different results. And so I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to kind of go over the results. But somebody said to me the other day, man, thank you, Sonic, so much for teaching with visuals because I'm a visual learner. I'm going to let y'all know it's not going to be presentations and slideshows every training. It's a lot of work, but I do happen to have one for y'all tonight. So if you don't mind, let's go ahead and let's share that and let's kind of get into that. If somebody could just verify that you see the screen so we can move on.
You got it.
I can see
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
See it.
Appreciate it. So as you see here, we have our four different personalities. As we see up top, we have the dolphin and the shark. And then on the bottoms, we have your urchin and we have a whale. So let's talk about the dolphins first, ladies and gentlemen. Now, with the dolphins, if you've learned the color personalities, you will call this the blue personality type, right? Dolphins are people who are fun-driven. They're the life of the party, the people's people. They're flashy dresses. They love to dress in bright colors. These are the social butterflies. When they walk in a room, you're going to know the dolphin is in, right? They don't like rules. They're usually late to different things. And they can be loud talkers because they're just full of energy and they love attention, right? Now, here's some pros about attracting dolphins into your business. People are going to love them. Why? Because they're the life of the party. They're going to spice up the scene. They're great recruiters because people are naturally attracted to these dolphins. They love being around them, and they're great trainers. They can get in front of a room and just dazzle the crowd and just come with all of that energy. But there's some cons of having some dolphins in your business as well, ladies and gentlemen, because it's hard for them to focus for long periods of time. They're going to be up and down. Like I said, they're often going to be late. We're going to start seeing who's arriving late to some of these trainers right now, right? But they could be late. And they may not be in your group for long because sometimes they just don't know how to sit still, right? But To attract a dolphin, if you find a person, the personality of a person who's a dolphin, discuss with them how much fun we actually have within Green Organics, whether it be traveling to boot camps or if we get on a call like this and we're just joking around, you'll see, the first couple minutes as we're welcoming people in, just consistently, we're just trying to have fun, right? But focus, on the fun, the travel part, more than the money, because they're not attracted to the money. They're attracted to really having fun. That's their personality, and that you're gonna attract them by discussing that with them. Okay. Next up, we have the shark, ladies and gentlemen, or you may call this the red personality. It took me a while to finally get a picture of a red shark, right? But these kind of individuals, they're very goal driven, money hungry type individuals, usually A type personalities. Some people would consider them leaders, although that's a word that we're not even going to use very generously nowadays, but A-type personalities, right? They can be very, very sharp dresses. They love jewelry, flash, big watches, things like that. They can be aggressive and they can be blunt. They're very bottom line individuals. And that can cause them to come off as aggressive or blunt as well. They do enjoy power and they absolutely love recognition. Sharks are very competitive individuals. So when you would learn in somebody's personality, and there's times when you can actually look at a person and tell their personality type, right? Like I said, your dolphins, they're going to be dressed in these bright colors usually. Your sharks are going to be dressed they're usually dark colors. Their favorite colors, their dominant colors, actually gold and green, right? Surprisingly. But like I said, they'll have the flashy watches and fancy shoes and different things like that. You can often tell a person's personality by how they dress. When you go to get these people, man, listen, they're going to build an organization really, really fast and really, really big because they're in it for the money. They love the recognition. They're super competitive, and they love to make money. But the good news was that is they're going to make you some money as well because you're going to be able to get matches off of them. They're going to put in people in your matrix, things like that. Sharks are usually very influential in life, and they're normally very self-motivated individuals. But like I said, they can actually be overly aggressive sometimes. They can be insensitive. They can come off as insensitive. They can come off as blunt. You may know some people like this right now, whether they be in your organization or different trainers or leaders or different things like that. They can also be very hot one minute and very cold the next minute. And that's usually because of burnout. They're known to push really hard and really fast as well. All right. But if you ever come across a shark and you're trying to get them in your business, you've identified their personality, you want to talk money with them. You want to talk money, you want to talk power with them. Be sure to edify them because this is going to play to their ego. And because they are these A-type personalities, they see themselves as this leader. They can be aggressive. Speaking to a shark with the right words and edifying them, oh man, and their potential to lead, they're going to eat it up. Okay, this is how you get a shark in your business. You got to know how to talk to them. All right, you want to be able to be assertive with them. But here's the thing: always three-way your upline with these people. You trying to close a shark by yourself can lead you to great difficulty. Okay, so I taught three-way calls. That's going to be a training that we're going to do here that we can really get into some information in the future. So when we go into the PS3s and different things like that, but utilize your upline and do a three-way phone call so that you have an opportunity to edify your expert and they know how to talk to the shark. All right. So next we have the urchin. These are what you would probably know as your green color personality types. All right. These are people who absolutely love details. They're very analytical. They're fact-oriented individuals. They like to understand things, but they also like to be understood. Okay. Their conservative dresses, their dominant color is black. They love quality and consistency. These are the people who are going to notice. If you get them on a training and I made a spelling error, your urchin is going to recognize that immediately. They probably will put something in the chat. Hey, you spelled personality incorrectly, right? They're very, very detail-oriented individuals. And they will join you if you are informed, if you understand your pay plan, if you understand, they're going to ask a bunch of questions, a bunch of facts. Well, how long has the company been in business? Who's the owner? What do you guys specialize in? What's the comp plan like? Is it a binary? Is it if you can answer those questions and satisfy them, they'll join your business because they want to be informed and they love to be in business with somebody who is informed as well. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions. They're going to ask you some more questions after that. And then after that, they're going to ask you some more questions. Be prepared. And if you can answer these questions and answer them effectively, you'll have an urchin. Now, here's the thing. When you get an urchin in business, ladies and gentlemen, they're solid. They're absolutely solid. These are very smart individuals. They're very loyal and they will stick and stay. And I've taught for over 15 to 20 years. Stick and stay and get your pay. These individuals are very sharp, but they're very dependable. You can depend on them, to help set up the meetings or, to learn the information, and they'll be in front of the room because they have all the information. All right. But they can be very slow moving, especially at first, because these are people who just want to sit and learn. They're going to ask a bunch of questions. They're going to want to see how things operate. They usually won't join you on their first exposure to the business, and don't take it personal. They're here. They're just trying to get their learn on. They can be very judgmental, and they will watch your every move. I'm going to tell you that from experience, ladies and gentlemen. Urchins, sit back and watch. But when you get them in your business, they're loyal, they're dependable, they're sharp, and they can be that source of information for the rest of your team to be a great trainer as well. All right. To hook your urchin, talk facts, facts, facts. Know your information on your company leadership, company growth. These are people who desire financial security. And again, always three-way your upline with these people because they're going to have a bunch of questions. And here's the deal. Listen, 9 times out of 10, you may have the right answer to the question, but they don't even want to hear it from you. You put them on a phone with an expert, and that's why these PS3s that I taught are so powerful. And again, we'll get into that in a future training, and really deep dive into the art of the actual three-way phone call and doing PS3s. But upline three-way your upline with the urchin so that they can answer the questions. They could be there to really help close these individuals. And once they get in, like I said, they're super solid. All right. Your last personality type is what we call the whale. These are, your yellow personality types. We know the whale as the very peaceful individuals. Their dominant color are earth tones. You'll see whales in sandals and things like that. They, while your sharks, they're going to work with numbers, and flashy type things. Your whales are going to be teachers. They're going to be people in the healthcare industry. Where they're in industries where they really get off on helping people because this is their dominant personality. They're huggers. When you see them at a boot camp or whatever thing, they're coming up to hug you because they love to help people. They put others first. They're usually soft-spoken individuals. They're very patient individuals. They're very tolerant. They're loyal as well. And again, earth tones, and very gray and khaki pants type things. They're very modest dresses. They're not going to be flashy dresses like your sharks or bright colors like your dolphins. Okay. They're very easy to get along with. They love to be a part of positive groups, and they generally stick and stay as well. Your whales are going to be the first ones to show up, the last one to leave. They're always helping you, set things up. Like you can count on these whales, and these are people that you want in your business as well. Now, the cons with getting a whale in your business is they're usually very slow to start, and it's okay, but it's hard for them to close others because they don't like asking for the money. They're really just there to help people. They don't like to step on toes. They don't want to come off as overly aggressive because that's not their natural personality. When you come across these people, you got to be able to match energy with them, ladies and gentlemen. And when you can do that, when you can show them, hey, listen, I'm here to help you, you're hugging them back, you're telling them this is the environment where they're going to get, that same energy and they're going to join you. And again, they can be slow moving at the start, but when they realize that the core of our business, of our industry is really about helping people, again, Zig Ziglar, for those that have studied Zig, help enough people get what they want. And by default, you will get what you want. Whales understand this. And so they don't have a problem helping individuals. These are individuals that you want into your business as well. But again, this is a personality trait that you want in your business as well, that you want to have as well. I'm gonna come off real quick because I'm gonna say this. When I first started this industry, well, I've already said my dominant personality type in different trainers before. But if you could come off, what do you think my personality types are for those that have been around me or been exposed to me?
Blue.
Blue.
I don't know. I don't know colors. That's not the colors. I need.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
would say a whale.
Dolphin.
I
Dolphin.
would say a
Dolphin.
whale. Yeah, whale.
Stephanie said a
Dolphin
whale.
and urchin.
Charles said a dolphin
Urchin.
and an urchin.
Urchin.
Okay.
You
All right.
only miss one, boss.
Listen, my Didi said dolphin and urchin. Belinda said urchin. Listen,
Sure.
Brianna said a whale.
Urchin.
Oh, y'all so sweet. Listen,
Urchin
I
and
am,
well.
I am an urchin, urchin, urchin. Now, here's the thing. Before I took this test, I knew in my heart of hearts, I was a shark. Because if you ever see me, like, I know how to get suited up. I have a watch fetish. I got Rolexes. I got, be quiet, Charles. Like, Charles has been watch shopping with me a few times. I think it's one of your fault. I bought this diamond Michael Kors watch, Charles. Anyway, so I'm used super flashy. Now, my second personality, I think when I first took my test, I was about 11 urchin and 10 shark, right? So they're very, very close. But I didn't know I was this urchin, but I get it. I understand it. I will tell you, teach me the facts. Give me the facts. Like I tell Will all the time, if you feed the urchin, we're good. Like if you give me the information, we're good. Then I'm gonna go make the money. That's just how I am.
That's
But I got
me.
started, I was very little whale. And I couldn't understand why I wasn't growing a huge organization. But it was really because I wouldn't grasp the concept of really helping people. Now, isn't it ironic that 25 years, almost 30 years later, I've been nicknamed the people's coach and everything else because I get it now. I get helping the people. This is a big part. And so this is why I told you, even if you took the test back in May when I first gave it to you, you want to continuously evolve. You want to try to become as balanced as possible. If it was 40, I think it's 40 questions on the test, man, ideally, if you could be 10, 10, 10, and 10, like that is the most balanced that you can be, right? And so this is why I put it up in the chat so you guys can access it and take it again. But I want you guys to know, not only you be able to work on yourself, but if you understand these personality traits and you can identify individuals based on how they dress, based on how they talk, based on jobs that they may have, like it's very easy to identify an average person's personality, if you're in person with them and you know a little bit about them. You'll know how to attract them. Because if you start talking to a whale, which is somebody that loves helping people, that was the last one we went over. If you're talking to them about all the money that we could make, they're not interested. You're not speaking their language. Likewise, if you're telling them a whole bunch of facts, well, listen, the company was founded, 11 years ago and it started by you lost them. You're not speaking their language, ladies and gentlemen. Now, speaking of language, let's go ahead and let's transition into some next parts. All right. So here we go. In the conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, your dolphins, again, not a lot of details. You do not bog them down with details. This is going to bore them. They are the fun-loving ones. They want fun, fun, fun. Be excited when you're talking to them. They don't like routines. They're spur-of-the-moment individuals. Like I said, they usually late. They get bored fast, but they love meeting people. They love making people laugh. They love talking as well. And if you can identify a dolphin immediately and speak their language, you're going to get them in your business. Now, your sharks, again, talk money with them. They talk compensation plans with them. These are bosses. They're delegated types, A personalities. Sometimes they are not very coachable, ladies and gentlemen, but they need limited information. Like they got enough to know, what do I need to do to make this money? They're going to go ahead and they're going to make this money. Your urchins, just talk the facts. All right. They're able to make their own decisions. But again, you're going to find these individuals in jobs like accounting and programmers and different things like that. They're very independent, but they're very structured. They see things in black or white. Again, their dominant color is black. And you have your whales, to end this off. They don't like pushy people. You know, they're very non-confrontational. Again, you'll find them in different vocations like nurses and teachers, volunteers. Talk to them very slowly. Talk to them about helping thousands of people, and you'll be able to attract these whales in your business. Again, your key with this training, what I really wanted to get across is you being able how to identify somebody based on the limited information that you may have, so that you can be able to talk their language. All right. Again, you'll have everybody has a little bit of different personalities in them, but usually everybody's going to have one super dominant personality. We're going to talk to you about your dominant personalities after we wrap up this training. All right. But your goal, like I said, is to become a chameleon and have a super balance of all. Now, I just finished talking about, why this is important, but I relate all of this back to a book that I got exposed to back when my son was about 4 years old. I had him in Montessori school, and I would get calls. I'm coming off of this. I would get calls from the teacher. Christian did this, Christian did that. Now, back then, I was in education as well. I was a teacher, and I'm like, why are y'all calling me? Like I put them with y'all. Y'all are the teachers. Handle them, right? It was getting me mad. And one day, the call stopped. It was very interesting. And I went to do a meeting. We used to have like the parent-teacher type meetings. I went to do a meeting with the teacher, and they asked me, no, I witnessed this. It was crazy. My son, Christian, was just, he started, I don't want to say losing it, but he was just moving, becoming fidgety. And I watched the teacher put her hand on my son's shoulder, and he instantly calmed down. And I'm like, what kind of voodoo? Like, what is going on? And it tripped me out because I'd never seen anything like that. And so we began talking, and she said, have you ever heard of or read the book called the Five Love Languages? And I'm like, no, what is that? And she said, I would suggest you get the book. And when I got the book, I started reading about people's love languages. Now, a lot of times people will relate this to romantic type relationships, but I'm telling you, it's important to really understand love languages with people around you, any kind of relationship, including business. Now, with business, the love languages are sort of like the personalities. Now, I'm gonna go back on here just so I can go over these love languages in details with you, and maybe you can identify with some of them. But there are 5 different love languages. And number 1, receiving gifts. And there's people out there that just love getting gifts. And if you have a loved one, a spouse, whoever, and their love language is receiving gifts, and you're consistently giving them gifts, oh man, you're going to be able to talk their love language, and they'll probably love you forever, right? Second love language is called words of affirmation. This is being able to, just speak positively in somebody's life, affirming, their thoughts, how important, their thoughts are, different things like that. The third love language is called acts of service. This is basically the ability to, do different things for them. Fellas, you may have a wife where if you come in and you wash the dishes, you are the best husband in the world. And all you did was wash some dishes because her love language is acts of service. So you performing this act of you performing this act of service, man, you're speaking her